Hey guys, so I actually already did this video earlier today, but for whatever reason, YouTube will not allow me to post it, saying it's too long or whatever. I don't know. I'm actually a first-time YouTube user, so I'm still trying to figure this all out. Plus, I'm doing it all from my cellular device. So, one of the topics I wanted to cover today is about self-injury or cutting. It is something that I know quite a bit about, as I was a cutter myself for 4 years. I started when I was 14, and the last time I did it, I was 18. So next month it will actually be my 5-year mark since I last cut. Pretty excited about that. I honestly did not think I was going to make it that far, but I did, and I'm pretty proud of myself. So yeah, going into that, I just wanted to say that if anybody out there is watching this video and is struggling with cutting, just know that you're not alone. There are a lot of people that struggle with it. A lot of people do. It's unfortunate, but it's how it is, especially now I see that a lot of younger people are starting to do it now, and it's sad because what you may not realize if you have thought about doing it but just haven't is that once you start it, a lot of people tend to actually become addicted to it. When I first told a couple of people that it is possible to get addicted, they didn't believe me. They just thought I was bullshitting, and you know what? It actually is an addiction. So if you've been cutting for a long time, especially several times a day, it is very hard to stop. So one of the things I do to one of the things I had done to stop myself was making goals. So you could say, okay, I'm going to go a week without cutting or a day. And if I do that, I'll reward myself with something. The way I did it, I used tattoos. I was like, well, if I don't cut for a month or two, I'm going to get myself a tattoo. So in that month, I would design it, draw it up, and save up my money for it and go and get it done. I have quite a few. I have roughly about 14 at this current point in time. I will eventually get more, but that's later on down the road. So, and they work for a lot of different reasons, but tattoos will not work for everybody because not everybody likes them. So you just kind of have to find what works for you. One of the things that, people start cutting sometimes because of emotional turmoil that they're dealing with and they don't know what to do with, so they just kind of take it out on themselves. And I mean, for a while, yeah, it makes you feel better. It does. But then it comes back and it's there, and then you get the urges to cut again. So you kind of have to deal with those emotions in order to kind of relieve some of those more frequent urges. And these are all things I'm learning more recently. Like, I'm just now finding this stuff out. I'm in my 20s, and I'm just now figuring this out. But I did not grow up knowing how to communicate my feelings and emotions and express them in a healthy manner. So I have to learn these things now. I've actually learned most of this stuff within the past few months. Sad, but it's true. Emotions, especially ones you don't want to deal with, are like, one of the analogies I've been using lately is cleaning out your refrigerator, okay? So you've got this nasty bowl of yuck that's been sitting in there for 3 or 4 weeks, right? And you're going, okay, this is really, really disgusting. I don't want to deal with this right now. I'm just going to push it back, way back in the back of the fridge, and I'll deal with it later. Well, you find it 2 years later, and it's really disgusting now, because now it's just been sitting there even longer and growing more mold and stink, and it's just gross. So, in essence, that's kind of what your emotions are like. you can hold them off for however long, but eventually they're going to surface and they're going to be detrimental to you. So it's not healthy to keep those things in. If you have to journal, if you have to put it into art, if you have to write about it in a story, if you have to exercise and just, it's just, you have to find an outlet to express those emotions. And you're going to have to experiment and find what works for you. Same with the goals. But they're not, it's not going to be an overnight thing. Like I said, it's been 5 years in for me that I've stopped, and I still fight those urges almost on a daily basis. So the urges will probably almost always be there. They might be there for the rest of your life, but you know what? They'll lessen, they'll get less frequent, they'll become not so bad, but you have to learn how to fight them. Or not even fight them, just be with them. Acknowledge that they're there. Don't say, okay, well, I don't feel these things, even though you do. Okay, so you just want to say, yes, they're there. I know they're there. I'm not going to give in to them. Just kind of be with them. I know that sounds crazy, but eventually you say that enough and you might understand it. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. But, so yes, you are an amazing person. You are loved, you are cared about, your life matters, your life is precious. So just know that. And and for those who have ever thought about suicide, just know that it's not really a way out. It's just, because the people you leave with that pain is horrible. I've had a few friends of mine that have taken their lives, and it is horrible. Not only because of what it leaves, but it's really sad. So if you ever start feeling that way, there are helplines you can contact, or you can go to a friend or a family member or somebody that you trust. But go to somebody, because this is kind of becoming an epidemic. You see 13-year-olds that are taking their lives, and it's really sad. So just know that your life has a lot of meaning. You have purpose. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. So that's just kind of what I wanted to talk about today. There are other topics I want to cover, but that will be in the future, hopefully pretty soon here. This is my first YouTube video. I'm sorry, I can't talk today. So I'm sorry if it's a little bit choppy, if it's kind of doesn't make a lot of sense right now. But I will be making other videos on other topics to kind of go over. So, yes, also, I'm not doing this, like I said, I'm not doing this from my computer or anything, so it's kind of difficult to edit and upload, unfortunately, but that's just how it is at the moment. So, I apologize in advance. So I think that's all I really wanted to cover. Just know that you are strong. You are honestly stronger than you believe, because you may think that you've only got just a little bit of strength inside you. You'd be amazed at what you can do. And I'm telling you that from the bottom of my heart, because I know it's true. So, thank you for watching. If you're watching, if nobody's watching this, that's okay too. You know, I'm just making this video to talk to myself then. It's perfectly fine. It's cool. But if somebody is watching this and it has helped somebody at least a little bit, then I am very happy. If you don't really understand, you can ask me a question. So I'm sorry again if this is not making a lot of sense, but hopefully within my next few videos I'll get better at this. This is new to me, so I'm practicing. Bear with me here. So yeah, alright, and I will see you guys in the next video.